Penguin Random House Audio presents The Effortless Experience, Conquering the New Battleground for Customer Loyalty. Written and read by Matthew Dixon, Nick Toman, and Rick Delisi.
Dedication. To the members of CEB around the world who challenge us every day to deliver insights worthy of their time and attention. Introduction. Blinded by Delight. Have you ever heard the story of Joshi the giraffe? Joshi is the property of a little boy who, during a family trip to a Ritz-Carlton in Amelia Island, Florida, accidentally left him behind in his room when the family was checking out. As you can imagine, Joshi's owner was borderline apoplectic when he realized he'd gone missing. And so his parents did what any sane parent would do. They told their son that Joshi wasn't missing per se. He was just taking an extended vacation. Just a small ruse to get the boy to go to sleep. As it turns out, they weren't exaggerating. Joshi, you see, was in very good hands. Upon finding him, the house-cleaning staff at the Ritz-Carlton brought him to the hotel's loss prevention team, who called the family to tell them they'd found Joshi in the hotel laundry and thought they might want him back. Needless to say, the little boy's parents were thrilled to find out his beloved stuffed animal had been located. But instead of doing what most companies would do and just mailing Joshi back to his owner, the team at the Ritz-Carlton went the extra mile. The loss prevention manager instructed his team to document Joshi's extended stay at the hotel. They created a photo album with pictures of the giraffe lounging by the pool, getting a massage with the requisite slices of cucumber over his eyes, relaxing on the beach, making new stuffed animal friends, and just hanging out in a golf cart to play 18 holes. Not only that, but Joshi and his photo album were shipped to the family in a box full of free Ritz-Carlton swag. It's a heartwarming story and really epitomizes what it means to receive extraordinary customer service that delights. But if you're a business person, you know what this really is. A story about building lifetime customer loyalty. Business people know that the truest test of a company's ability to delight is when things go wrong, when a problem or issue arises, and the customer needs the company's help to fix it. Customer service is the crucible of the customer experience, the place where all of the company's claims, its mission and values are tested. And it's been a long-held belief in business that when your customer is most in need of help and you deliver an above and beyond service experience, you're effectively building a moat around your customer relationship, one that keeps your customers close and your competitors at bay. It's for this reason that managers celebrate these rare moments of customer delight when they happen. Companies plaster the thank you notes and emails from grateful customers on the walls of their service center, almost always called the Wall of Fame. They recognize employees at the annual company meeting for going the extra mile. These stories of selfless service become the stuff of legend in company hallways, the new bar to which all employees are asked to aspire. Not only that, but companies spend millions on training and consulting engagements to help their frontline staff more effectively and consistently deliver these moments of wow to customers. Stories like the one about Joshi the giraffe force a kind of deep introspection for senior service leaders. There probably wasn't a company executive anywhere in the world who, upon hearing the Joshi story for the first time, didn't immediately furrow her brow and wonder aloud, how can we deliver that kind of experience to our customers? How do I get my people to go above and beyond like that? Why can't our company be known for that kind of delightful service? The questions we ask ourselves aren't about whether we should delight our customers, but rather how to delight them. We know that serving customers this way is best. We feel it deep in our bones. There's just one problem. While delighting customers with above and beyond service feels right and seems to make a great deal of sense at an intuitive level, the reality is that for virtually every company out there, the Joshi story is in fact a perfect example of what not to base your service strategy on. While most companies have for decades been pouring time, energy, and resources into the singular pursuit of creating and replicating the delightful experience for their customers, they've ironically missed the very thing the customers are actually looking for. A closer-in, more attainable, replicable, and affordable goal that's been sitting right in front of them all this time. The effortless experience. This book is the roadmap for building that experience. Chapter 1: The New Battleground for Customer Loyalty. We don't know exactly what you do for a living. The topic of customer experience management is so broad, so encompassing, that this book will be read by any number of professionals: heads of customer service, marketers, contact center supervisors, website designers, consultants, small business owners, and even CEOs. But while we don't know what hat you wear from 9 to 5, we do know what you do the rest of the time. Like all of us, you're a customer. You go grocery shopping. You take your dog to the vet. You go on vacations. You choose what cable operator to use, where to take your car to get the oil changed, where to get your shirts laundered. You make dozens, maybe hundreds of decisions in a week about what products and services to buy and from whom to buy them. Some of these decisions you don't even think about, such as when you flip on the TV or fill up your gas tank. But others are significant and time-consuming, like, for example, when you buy a new car or laptop, or when you pick a contractor for a major home improvement. So, thinking with your customer hat on, consider the following 2 questions. First, what companies do you do business with or buy from, specifically because of the exceptional customer service they provide? Second, what companies have you stopped buying from and refused to do business with because of the awful service you've experienced? We're willing to bet you found the second question a lot easier to answer than the first. Consider those companies that you buy from strictly because of their great service, because they go above and beyond. You might be able to think of 1 or 2, a special restaurant or a resort, for instance, but that's a rarity for most. But the other question, naming those you've stopped buying from, is much easier to answer, isn't it? You could probably fill up a list a mile long with companies you've stopped doing business with because of bad service you've experienced. The cable company that makes you take a whole day off from work because they can't do better than an all-day service window. The dry cleaner that ruined your favorite suit and refuses to reimburse you. The airline that lost your bags en route to a long-awaited vacation. The contractor who never showed up to finish his punch list. The bank that took 5 phone calls to resolve your issue. Why is that? Why are customers much quicker to punish companies for bad service than to reward them for good service? It's this mystery that lies at the heart of this book. Killing them with kindness. In many ways, it's no surprise that many senior leaders see customer service as a great opportunity to differentiate their companies in the market. Commoditization, not just of products, but of brand promises, is one of the unavoidable hard truths of doing business in the 21st century. The time from launch to peak of market acceptance to everyone else ripping off your great new idea and calling it their own is shrinking down to almost nothing. As soon as you have something you think sets you apart, your competitors launch an identical product or service to make a similar claim. It's no surprise that customers can't tell the difference between the companies they do business with. According to a recent study by our company, CEB, customers see only about 20% of corporate brands as truly differentiated. All others look more or less like flavors of the same thing, with very little difference from one to the next. With so little opportunity to stand apart with their products or even their brands, many companies have turned to customer service, not just the routine delivery of everyday service, but specifically the issue resolution experience normally delivered on the phone or on the web to help them differentiate themselves in a world of sameness. Pick up any trade rag written for the customer service or contact center industry, and it's clear those guys got the memo. One magazine proclaims that loyalty is now driven primarily by a company's interactions with its customers. Another declares that customer loyalty is an ongoing relationship, and the key is, of course, excellent customer support. But does this strategy even make sense? Should companies try to create differentiation and build customer loyalty by delivering superior service? Before we answer this, let's back up for a moment and define what we mean by loyalty. For the purposes of this audio program, and in particular the data we'll discuss in this chapter, we're going to cast the widest net possible by defining loyalty in terms of 3 specific behaviors. Repurchase. Customers continue to buy from your company. Share of wallet. Customers buy more from you over time. And advocacy. Customers say good things about your company to family, friends, coworkers, even to strangers. As you can see from how we're defining,
Sample complete. Ready to continue?